Hi, my name's Jack Hodgins. Welcome back to my channel. We've got an unboxing of this guy here. Got this the other day, and I thought it's about time we start doing a bit more quads as well. I thought I'd go a bit large scale because we did some smaller ones we tested the other day. And if you check on my channel, you can see all the videos we did outside of those. I like to test indoor ones outside as well, see how much fun they are outside as well as indoors. And hopefully we should have some nice sunshine next week, so we can get this one outside flying as well. So we do a test video of this as well, see what it's like indoors and outdoors flying. But until then, we'll get an unboxing going and see what's actually inside this. So I'm going to move the camera around so you can get a close-up view of what we've got. Right, let's get her out and we see what we got inside. This was £60, and I bought that off a sort of a online well, basically it's another one of those online shops that sell quadcopters. Seems to be a lot of these sort of styles coming out, because I think that this is very much close to the one I unboxed a little while back. I actually got that around with me at the moment, but it was very similar, a bit smaller than this. But this looks quite big, so we'll have a look inside to see if it's actually as big as what the box is. Because last time I did a boxing, I actually looked inside and was quite shocked to see how small it was. It was all packaging, anything else. So, what do we have in the box? So let's have a look. One instruction manual. So we've got one instruction manual, which is nice. Remember, always read your manuals, okay? So in here, it's quite straightforward, hopefully. Yeah, same sort of stuff. Read all this, and then when you buy any quad, no matter small or large, always read your manual, always go through the setup procedures, because it'll tell you exactly how to do everything. It's quite simple, quite straightforward. So we've got stuff in the back of the box, as well as stuff in front of the box. So we take the lid off from there. So here we have it. Wow, look at that. That is quite big, much bigger than I expected anyway. So we have, this is a hex version. So it's got two at front, to the back, to the side. So we've got 6 blades on this one. That's why I thought I went for this one, because we tend to do a lot of the quad stuff, but this is a nice 6 hex version basically. So there we go. So we'll get the box. So we're going to start getting all this out. We'll get this on the bench and we're going to have a proper look over it in a sec. So let's clear some space. So very close to the ground it is, very close. So, and then in here we've got now got the remote controller, but we have to turn it over to get to it all. So stuff's already falling out of the box. What a weird way to pack all this though. So what we've got here, we've got oh yeah, with this one you can buy a camera for it, so you can actually do FPV. So this is the basic model without the camera on it, but I do believe you can actually add a camera to it. So this looks like the stuff that you would put on your remote controller to put your iPad on it, because you can sorry, not iPad, your iPhone on it basically. We'll look at it in a sec. So here we've got lots of spare props. So let's get this out. So we've got props, more screwdriver and tools, which is all good. Yep, we'll look at that in a sec. Then we've got prop guards. Are they? Yeah, I think they're prop guards. Yep. Charger. So we've got charger there, charger leads, and the remote controller itself here, which is not as big as I thought it was. Okay, so put that down. Everything in the box, make sure it's all clear and tidy. Yep. So what do we have here? We've got remote control, missing knobs. Okay, so I assume the knobs are actually in the bag. That's the first time actually. No knobs on your remote. An LED at the front here, and very small antenna aerial. Very plastic. This is very plastic, very toy-like plastic basically. But for 60 quid, what do you expect? So there we go. So we've got battery compartment there. We've got a charger, quite a big healthy USB charger. There's the Hexacopter itself, or the Hex. Again, this is very plastically, but quite a nice sort of feel to it. Doesn't feel cheapy, just feels very sort of combust quite easily, I suppose. We've got underneath the battery compartment, and looks like we don't have to take the battery out. You can take the battery out because you can. It's got a way of unslotting and pulling it out, but it looks very much we can actually charge without actually taking out the thing. These I think these extra leads here is for adding the FPV camera underneath basically. So put it down. It does come with yeah, so you got the prop guards. So these are the prop guards. So you got prop guards and tiny little screws. So we'll get them on in a little bit. And we've got oh, here's the knobs for the remote controller. Oh, tiny screws again. Lots of tiny screws. Wow. So they will go. Do they just slot in? Yep, they slot in. Okay. No. Make sure they're in nice and tight, because the last thing you want to do is them falling off when you're trying to fly it. So there we go. So there's the, oh, that's not bad. That's quite light. That's a bit more stiffer that side, but very light that side. Okay. We've got tiny screws here, so I don't know what they're for in that pack. Maybe they're spare screws. So we'll move them to one side, so they're out of our way. Don't want to lose those. So that's those bags. Now we've got spare props. So how many props do we get? Let's have a look. Oh. Yeah, I'll get into the bag. Very sellotape together. It's good to see you get some spare props on here. I told you it looks like you just get one set on, one set off. Yeah, very much like, there you go. So one set on, one set off. And yeah, it looks like they actually, yeah, there are spare screws, so you have to put a very tiny screw in the side here. So it's not quick on, quick off. It's unscrew, don't lose a screw, put it on, put it back in. So when you're outside and you lose a screw, it's going to be lost in the grass and stuff. It's not bad when you're etching door on a bench like this. It's easy to see it, but yeah, tiny little screws for the props. Okay. No, so don't get any screws in there. Make sure there's no screws in there. No. So they must be spare screws for the props. So let's look what's in the bag here, because I'm interested to see what's in here. So we have one lot of instructions, and oh, hang on a minute. Looks like this is the camera. It does come with a camera. I thought this was the non-camera version, but it is the camera version. Ooh, not sure how good the camera will be, because this looks very tiny. I'll show you. It's not going to be as good as what we're normally used to, guys. Yeah, so there's the camera. Look how tiny that camera is. You see how tiny little camera at the bottom there is? That's really tiny. I didn't think this was actually the camera version. So one camera, looks like the aerial for it. Obviously, way to power it up, connect it in there. And we've got some other bits and pieces here as well. So we'll have a look at those, how they all slot in. And then we've got the holder to go here. So obviously that looks like it just bolts. No, I think it just screws. Yeah, it just screws and attaches on the end there, like so. So there's that bit, and then that fits, and I think just plugs in, wedges in, I think. There you go. God, that's tight. Turn it around. Got the wrong angle. Maybe I should have not put it on just yet. I'm jogging it. But we'll sort that out a bit later, so I should have actually put the right angle. But yeah, it looks just enough for a phone size. Oh, let's look. Not very good. That's very easy. You broke that, look. So yeah, phone goes in there. Once I put this on the right way. That looks like it needs a bit of double D40 on that one. So yeah, phone on there. And this actually gives you instructions how to put all this together. And screw it all in, so fairly easy. Again, read instructions when you're putting this together. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a fast video, so rather than you guys watch me do this, I've actually put all props on, the camera, charge it up, and we'll go from there. So yeah, looks quite short. I needed to find some batteries for the controller, so we're going to actually now put all this together. So rather than you sit and watch what I do, so it's just very simple. It is mount the camera on the bottom, put the landing gear on, and we'll stick the prop guards on as well, and then it should be ready to roll. So let's do that now. There we have it. We've got the prop guard. We've got the prop guards on. They're not easy. They're very hard because obviously new and stuff. You have to get the two either side bits into the lug holes first, and then put the screw in. But the trouble is, this prop gets in the way all the time, and it was too hard to it was too hard work to undo all the props to get them on first, because that would have probably been the easiest way around. But then it's all long-winded. It takes time. So if this is for a kid, you want a quick setup, quick get up and going. He doesn't sort of prat about with all this bit. So they're all on, they all fit in there, screws to each one, so they're definitely not going to come off. And that's what it looks like with its props and its landing gear. So I haven't done the camera yet, so I'm going to do the camera in a minute. So there goes, underneath we've got lights to the rear, and obviously it looks like blue lights for the front and stuff. And it's looking quite impressive now. And I wonder if this has some sort of self-leveling, maybe GPS, I don't know, it's got no camera. I'm not sure if it's actually, this was designed as an indoor or for an outdoor. Plus it does 3D rolls as well. It's got one key for 3D rolls. So it'll be interesting to see how this works in the air. And I suppose in a way I thought this would be way too big for like an indoor thing. So we'll play with it and we'll try it anyway. So I think the next spec I need to do, I'm just going to have a quick nose of the instructions to see how we can actually, how the camera fits together now. And it looks very much like there's no, can't see where if there's any memory card goes into it. So I know you have to download the app on your iPhone or your phone itself, Android or Apple. So I don't know whether it sends it straight down and you record from your phone rather than putting a memory card, because there's nothing in here in the slot showing if you put a memory card in it. So it looks like it's straight FPV straight to your phone, it looks like, and you record off your phone. So I'll mount the camera next, and we'll do a time lapse of that, me putting the camera together, because it looks quite straightforward to go on to. But as I said, the props are easy because you just slot in the slots. There's a screw there all the way around, so 6 screws, 6 props. Bit wiggling around to get it in the hole, but I think it's just first time round. Once they're on, they're actually on. The landing gear was quite easy to do as well. They actually went into position and then screwed in the side, and that actually reminds me of the landing gear. Reminds me of a bit like this, the Phantom. Look, very much similar to the Phantom landing gear, way in design. So a lot of these quad tend to copy the sort of bad boy, because they've got very much sort of similar sort of structure, very similar in design on the landing gear as well. So there's a lot of copycat going on here for the DJI stuff that I've noticed. So there we go. So we got there on, and I'm just going to suss out how we actually get the camera on, and then do the time lapse of that. So here we go. So let's get the camera mounted, then we can get to have a look what it actually looks like, and whether it's a decent camera as well. We can't see from being that small it's going to be mega decent, but you never know. So let's get it going. Got this little camera on there, so it was quite straightforward. So just mount the camera on, it goes in one, only goes one way round, it slots into nicely into place. 2 screws either side there to mount it in, basically get a better view from up here. Okay, so yeah, 2 screws that mounts it into position here. Then it comes with 2 cables. It's confusing because the instruction shows you 2 installs, one for a helicopter and one for a quad. So I had to use a short one for the quad. So a tiny little cable there. So that obviously gets where it gets the power from to the camera. And this is the again, there's 2 of these brackets, confuse me, but you only need to use 1. So it depends where you want to mount, gives you options where you want to mount, because it's got a different bottom connector, which you then fasten with a screw, or you can actually use this one that clips on to like a side, and then the aerial clips into it. So that's the actual aerial for the video side on there. So then we've got multiple connectors here. So it looks like you can actually put a different camera on it as well. You can buy additional cameras. This is the basic one that comes with it, but it looks like you can buy a slightly bigger camera, hence the extra connections for it. So this one is really for a helicopter, so you don't really need to use it for this one. but the short one for this one. But yeah, it looks like you can get additional type cameras for it. I mean, it's got 2 camera installs, and we'll have to have a look to see what other cameras can be mounted onto this, but this one actually comes with it. Wasn't expecting actually, but yeah, there we go. So that's all fastened there. So we've got camera mounted, we've got the landing gear, and we've got the prop guards all on. I mean, now it's ready to go. I don't think there's actually any power on the battery. Might have to give it a charge. Yeah, so we need to give the battery a charge up, and I will check because I've got a feeling which one is the charging one. So that one's got a big. This is confusing. So that's looks like those what make the battery connect to, and this is the charger port as well. So we'll have a look, and we'll get so the next thing, we'll get it charged up. I'm going to go and find some batteries for the remote controller, and we can then give it a nice quick bench test, fire it up, see what the lights are looking like, and we'll then check, see what the camera looks like. So there we go. So far so good. Right, this is test flying, and we'll get some footage. Already sort of bound it all up and stuff, so we've got the camera on, and this is beginner's mode. There's stick input 1 and 2. So when you first switch on, it'll ask you which input to set it on. So I had the rudder controls all this side. It was just really confusing. So I set mode 2, which is common mode 2, and now it's set to mode 2. You've got beginners, instrument, and advanced mode. Beginners mode, very sluggish in the air on the stick inputs. You have to really push the stick inputs forward to get any response with it. But again, that's beginners mode, so you don't sort of fly off and shoot off. So when you go into instrument mode, it gets a bit more whizzier. You know, stick inputs are more responsive and goes really, really quickly. Then advanced mode is very, you got to be careful because you take it off and you go forward too fast, it goes into a flip. So that's what that does. So we're going to do beginners mode. So this is beginners mode. So there we go. Okay, there's no GPS, it's all manual flying. So you have to keep it all, so it moves about, and windy bits will affect it. So we're in the back garden here, so it's going to be sort of shielded a bit with the trees and the house in the way. So a bit more great way for testing it with. So there we go. So that's forward, again, like really sluggish forward, backwards really sluggish. Good for practicing and playing with. So if I bring it down, landing's a bit hairy. That's not bad landing, it's a good landing. And I'm recording this on the camera anyway, so I don't know if you can see the camera in this. Yeah, it's all right. What would you expect for 60 quid anyway? So, interim mode, a bit more responsive. So up we go. Now really quick, look. Very fast inputs. Responsive. And again, you have to as soon as you put the stick forward, she's off. So nice and quick. Okay, so now we're gonna put it into, I'm gonna bring her back. It's a bit fast. Bring her down. There you go. And now we're gonna put onto the more advanced mode, which you'll do a flip. So I have to get up high and I have to be careful not to go forward quickly, because you can flip straight away, even like on very just taken off. So let's see her flip. See if I can get her up in the air. Very slow input and forward. No, need a bit of altitude, but you can see where you can actually do a flip. So let's get a bit of altitude, and we can see if we can flip it and keep it in the air. So here we go. So I'm going to try and get her quite high up here. Keep it under control. Oh, that wasn't very good. But as you can see, very robust. Bounces a lot, and props do protect it. So not too bad. I think the battery's getting a bit flat on this, but let's try again. Flip. Test 2. Oh. I'm there. And forward. Whoa. Yeah. Need to really put that stick input up, get the throttle up. But obviously I ain't got a lot of area to play here with. But for what money's worth, let's go back to beginner's mode. And you can tell by the LED lights here, that's beginners, interim, advanced, and back to beginners. You've got like lots of little things you can play with here. Camera function. This camera function doesn't seem to work because I'm actually on record, but there's no There is time indication at the bottom there saying where it's on and off. This allows you to turn the camera flip upside down because it naturally was upside down. So hopefully it's recording some sort of good footage. Let's try a bit more. Here you go. It's the beginner's mode. And you can see from the camera, I don't know if you can see the camera quality on here. Frame rate's not massively high. Doesn't have a gimbal on it. It's very difficult to fly this in manual mode and keep an eye on the camera what you're shooting. So it would need a bit of a practice. Whoa. I'm very drunk at this, but there you go. So that's the sort of initial testing on flying. So I'm going to try and do some more test flying with this, a bit out in the field, so I've got a bit more space. And we'll get the battery recharged back up again, and then we can then try and do these like flips and stuff. So we'll do it on another video. So I'm going to do another video with all my little quads, take them all out for the day into the field, while sort of weather's still reasonably okay, and we'll get some video shots of all these together and stuff. But yeah, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's I like it. At 60 quid, good way of practicing and homing your manual skills. And I suppose in a way with playing with this, I'll stick to the instrument mode. They got a bit more responsive to it. This is very sluggish, but again, it's good for people that's first flying to practice it. Yeah, and it's quite, you know, so it's just quite stable there. Even keeping the sticks stable, it's not bad. Not much drifting going on, but yeah, I like it. And I'm going to play with this a bit more, get me more, hone my manual skills better. There you go. Right, I think the battery's getting a bit worn now because it's coming a bit unresponsive. But yeah, it takes a bit of a bashing too. So there we have it. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think it's worth 60 quid? Camera, not bad, I suppose, for what it is. There's a camera quality. And we sort of get colour, get an idea on colour and changes and stuff. But yeah, that's, yeah, a bit blurry and go too fast with it, pan it a bit. Obviously, again, very unexpected with the camera on board. But there we have it. So let's do a sum up. There you have it. So it does hold the iPhone 6. So it is wide enough for iPhone and up to the iPhone 6 Plus. So it fits nicely in there, but it's we want to shake it about because it fits snug, but not. I don't think it fits tight. It's enough to sort of like if you do it like that, but don't throw it down or jerk it about too much. I think it would just slide out. But yeah, it holds it nicely. Doesn't feel too heavy. But for 60 quid, it's not bad. Not bad at all. I was expecting it to be a bit more, look very plastically, but again, it flies nicely. It's smooth in the air, so this is great. Even without the camera on it, it's a great toy to play with and hone your sort of manual flying skills. And as you said, it took a bit of a fall, and again, no sort of damage on the props. And I expect a bit of damage, but no. So that's the way it sort of hit hard on those two side bits there. But again, very solid, and it's a great toy to play with. So there you go. So this great camera. I know you can get two cameras for this. This is the one that comes with it underneath. But they also do a very sort of like, I don't know if you've seen the GoPro sessions, they do sort of similar camera to that, but narrower, that sits underneath and sort of hangs down a little bit more. So I don't know if that camera's a better camera, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do a search for it, see if I can purchase it and try that camera underneath as well, see the difference between both cameras. But that's not bad. I mean, for buying it for a kid to play with, at first sort of flying experience, playing with the camera, it's not bad. But then again, there's a lot of kids have mobile device phones like this, so it depends. Is it a toy for the kids or is it a toy for the adults? I don't know. But you can still fly this without the phone. The phone is only for the camera function on it anyway. But no, great toy to even just play with. So, and it's not bad outdoors. A little bit of a wind outside, but not a lot. But it works quite well. And then starting on basic mode, beginner's mode or basic mode. So yeah, it's beginner's mode basically called. It's not bad to get flying. It's not so aggressive, and you can really practice your skills. And I've got somebody keeps texting me, go away. Yeah, so it's good practicing skills. Then you can then flick the button, go interim, a bit more responsive, and then when you start getting really brave with it, then you can go on to the advanced settings on here and start doing all the flips and stuff. I'm going to try this bit more flipping out, but I think I need a bit more altitude, because any flipping, it does lose a lot of altitude on the flip, so you have to then really power it back up again. So we'll try that. So I'll go out to my local field and we'll get this up in the air, but I might take a few more of my quadcopters, get some more video footage of all these together basically, and put them up as well. So guys, you got any questions on this particular model, or you want to see a bit more on it, please guys, remember, subscribe, like, put comments below, and we'll get this out. So while the weather's okay, I know next week the weather's going to be a bit better, it's going to be a bit more sunnier, good time to get these out and do some more videos. So until then, send us your comments. Is there anything particularly you want me to see to do on this? And don't ask me to put a GoPro on it, because I think it won't handle a GoPro. It'll probably just reduce flight time down. But I can't see it would handle the GoPro. It's quite light, but well, what we could, what I might do is get a little sandbag that weighs the same as a GoPro, and we'll strap it to the bottom there, and we'll see if we can lift it. If we can lift it, maybe we can fit a GoPro on it, but who knows. But let me know what your thoughts are. So there you go, that's the review of the MJX RC. That's it. Anyway guys, fly safe, be safe, and behave yourselves when you're flying. So stay away from buildings, stay away from airports, and just basically common sense, isn't it guys? And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.